What I saw out of Andrew Jack, that's not a top 5 physique. That's a top 3 physique.
I'm just as hungry as ever to keep improving and come back much improved this year.
Derek doesn't concern me. When Hadi's on, and nobody, including myself, has the graininess that Hadi has.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Only 7 weeks are left in the most prestigious show of the bodybuilding, Mister Olympia. So let's dive into the complete lineup update of 17 contestants.
This year is going to be different. I'm telling you, whole new level. Whole new level.
Current Mister Olympia Derek Lunsford has shared some incredible physique updates almost 7 weeks out for defending his title. He is looking highly impressive and fans are hoping to see him bringing his next level package. And this is exactly his aiming and planning to bring his most improved package for the 2024 Mister Olympia.
I'm just as hungry as ever to keep improving and come back much improved this year. Just never, ever been this hungry and motivated in my life.
Derek is lifting quite heavy in his each training session and he's extremely confident this year to be on the top once again in the most prestigious show of bodybuilding, Mister Olympia. Hopefully he brings improvements in chest and quads area and overall more muscle maturity to give a fierce battle to his fellow contestants. Whereas the Persian wolf Hadi Choopan has also given a preview of his incredible shredded and very mature physique. Hadi is for sure a warrior and this year he is going to make sure he will be invincible on stage to bring second standout trophy in his homeland Iran. And most of the bodybuilding experts believe that Hadi is going to win 2024 Mr. Olympia.
Hadi is winning. I see Hadi as a major favorite to win.
I will say Hadi. George?
I see Hadi, especially after Columbus, as beating Derek.
So I'm going to go Hadi.
I got Hadi, Nick, Derek.
Even Nick Walker is extremely impressed with the insane level of conditioning of Hadi.
When Hadi's on, and nobody, including myself, has the graininess that Hadi has. I'm right there. I'm right behind him. But it's that grainy and hard conditioning that Hadi has. No one really has that.
Undeniably, Hadi has all the tools to challenge the reigning champ Derek in front and side shots. And he has solid chance beating Derek in these shots. But Derek is unbeatable right now in the back shots from my standpoint. So we have to see how much improvements and details Hadi can bring to close the gap against Derek in the back shots. This year, the majority of experts do not have Nick Walker potentially winning the Olympia, and even many do not have him in the top 3. But Nick strongly believes that 2024 Mr. Olympia is going to be between him and Hadi Choopan, and he does not see Samson and even Derek Lunsford a threat from him.
In my opinion, it would be between me and Hadi. Derek doesn't concern me. I think me and Hadi are the most complete, in my opinion, with the least amount of weaknesses.
Nick does not have very beautiful physique or the best structure for bodybuilding, but he firmly believes that he is the most complete bodybuilder right now along with Hadi Choopan. Right now he's weighing around 275 pounds and his goal is to bring a heavier package like his New York Pro look, but with more conditioning, and he's fully confident that he's going to shock the bodybuilding world once again with his astonishing package in 7 weeks on Olympia stage. And also Nick is pointing out his rivals using filters in their progress pictures.
We're going to show up to the Olympia and shock everyone like we always do, so I'm not worried. We just laugh at the people that post their filtered ass photos because we all know damn well they're going to look a little different on stage, so I'm enjoying that shit right now.
The Nigerian lion Samson Dauda has shared some incredible physique updates leading up to the show, and honestly I think he's definitely much more shredded this time compared to his last year package 7.5 weeks out to the Olympia.
Right now, I'm in the same shape as I was literally the day before I fly out to Ohio. I'm in the same shape now. and we still got 7 weeks to go, and I feel this good. So yeah, that's how much it's changed, you know. And with 7 weeks to go, and I'm not even the point where I'm suffering enough to be here just like, oh, I'm fucking miserable. So we got a lot of digging to go. So yeah, it has been a drastic change.
Recently, Samson has been accused for using filters in his progress pictures. And even if this is the case, you can still see these significant improvements compared to his last year package. He's surely aware that mainly the lack of conditioning is hampering him from winning the standout trophy. And I feel like he's fully dialed in this year to bring a crisp, sharp conditioning in order to knock out the Persian Wolf, Hadi Choopan, and reigning Mister Olympia Derek Lunsford. In his recent updates, you can see the prominent details in his hamstrings, which he did not have last year, and incredible striations in his triceps, and arguably he looks more dense and thick with deeper muscle separation this year, and he still has 7 weeks to improve his conditioning.
Yeah. What I saw out of Andrew Jack, that's not a top 5 physique. That's a top 3 physique. He literally looked he looks like Mr. Olympia.
After seeing the incredible improvements from arguably the most aesthetically pleasing bodybuilder right now in the Olympia lineup, Andrew Jack, many fans want to see him winning the Olympia this year. Bob Ciccarello and 7 times 2-12 Olympia champ Flex Lewis have Andrew no lower than 3rd place. Flex thinks if he can go harder on conditioning for the Olympia, he is going to be top 3.
One of Andrew's kind of kryptonites is his conditioning, right? Because he has all that muscle, all that beautiful flow. And if he can just marry that into a crazy cartoon physique for the Mr. Olympia, and I think that 3rd place is his.
From my standpoint, Andrew has solid chance to fight for the title along with Samson, Hadi and Derek Lunsford if he can fully nail his conditioning. Brazilian sensation Rafael Brando has given a sneak peek of his physique 8 weeks prior to the Olympia under the guidance of his coach Neil Hill. Size-wise, he looks outstanding. He has incredible flow and phenomenal structure, and hopefully he peaks well for the show, and I think he has valid chance to dethrone some of the big names of Olympia this year, and might be possible he sneaks in the top 6. Unfortunately, most probably we won't see Iranian muscle freak Behrouz Tabani competing in Olympia again this year due to the visa issues. But if he could step on Olympia this year, I think he would be mixed in the top 10 without the shadow of a doubt. Also, Nathan Diasha. I personally have no hopes that Nathan will make it to the Olympia this year. Otherwise, he is also a potential top 10 contestant. This year so far, no physique update has been shared by 2019 Mr. Olympia Brandon Curry, and most of the fans, even bodybuilding experts, do not see him as one of the heavy hitters in 2024 Mr. Olympia lineup. But realistically, Brandon was never out of top 5 since 2018 Mr. Olympia, and I think he will be mixing the first call out again this year. As Big Ramy is most likely not competing, so this year Mohamed Foda is going to represent his country Egypt on the Mr. Olympia stage, and he's focusing on improving his weak spots, especially his back, with the guidance of Hani Rambot. He's another very shapely and aesthetically pleasing contestant in the lineup, and hopefully he brings his best package and nails his conditioning for his Olympia debut under the supervision of his coach Stefan Kinzel. Tonio Burton has shared his physique updates 7.5 weeks out to the Olympia, and this is his first week to be on PEDs, and he really looks impressive. But as for Olympia, I think it will be very hard for him to sneak in the first call out, as he wants to be in the top 6 this year. Arguably, we have not seen any significant improvements from him for Olympia yet, and in my opinion, cracking top 10 seems more realistic for Tonio in this year's Olympia. John De La Russa has given a preview of his physique 7.5 weeks out to his return to the Olympia after 4 years. John Dewitt has also shared his phenomenal physique update less than 7 weeks out to his men's open Olympia debut. He's displaying his tremendous details and conditioning, and interestingly, he's the 5th former 212 division athlete in the men's Open Olympia lineup this year. Martin Fitzwater had guest posing last week, and many fans think conditioning wise he was little behind for 8 weeks out. But in his recent physique updates he looks impressive, especially size wise. He's very dedicated for the sport of bodybuilding, and I think he's going to bring his best for his Olympia debut under the supervision of his coach Stefan Kinzel. Coach Mauro Sassi has only one athlete this year in the men's Open Olympia lineup, the French rising star Theo Laguerre. He has not shared any physique update recently, but last year he was at 13th place, and seemingly he will be in his trademark sharp conditioning to move up in the lineup. And lastly, 4th athlete of coach Stefan Kinzel in the Olympia lineup, the renowned bodybuilder William Bonac, has given his sneak peek 8 weeks prior to the show. And this time he is very promising to prove his potential once again on the biggest bodybuilding stage, Mister Olympia. So that's all guys, thanks for watching and stay tuned for all bodybuilding updates.